Hello everyone, my name is Hajime Sugiyama from Mitsubishi Electric and I'm an industrial IoT evangelist. Today, as part of my latest digital manufacturing trends for everybody, I'd like to talk about the digital twin. And I put this title as not another digital twin because I think a lot of you have heard various stories about the digital twin. Anyways, is your digital twin ready to go? This is a 3D simulation of our eFactory model line in Korea. It's pretty cool, isn't it? We use this 3D simulation tool to define the line layout, see if it worked, how the AGVs will move, and also if the robots will bump against each other. And it was very, very useful in reducing the startup of this production line. We find it useful for maintenance purposes as well. Why is everybody working so much on the digital twin? It's because in this fast-moving world, speed is everything. You need to be very, very quick to keep up with these changing trends out there. And everybody is looking to use digital to accelerate. We're trying to use digital in the design phase, in the startup phase, and in the maintenance phase. If you look at the traditional way of engineering a production line, first you will do the mechanical design, send over the data to the electrical department where they do their design, then you'd do the control design, ladder programming, then you'd bring everything to the production site and then do the startup debugging, and afterwards you'll hand it over to the operation maintenance phase. But with the digital twin, you're going to be able to combine these together. So by sharing data between the mechanical, electrical, and control phase, you can really shorten the engineering time and also do pre-verification as well. By doing the pre-verification, you're shortening the startup time, and also it's easy to do operation maintenance because you have this 3D simulation of the actual production line, so it's easy to find out what's going wrong. They say by using the digital twin effectively, you can reduce the startup time by more than 40%. And this is becoming very, very crucial because nowadays it's very difficult to travel and go overseas for a startup. So a lot of companies are working, how can I reduce the startup time in order to successfully launch an overseas production site? So the technology is growing. We have all these tools for design, startup, and maintenance. But I think the reality, we hear a lot of stories of it not going good. For instance, on your digital twin, you see that there's an alarm on a machine. Okay, we have to go to the site, so let's prepare our toolbox for the repairs. And then they actually go to the site. When they go to the site, they found out that the machine is not as it was saying over here, and it has wrong parts because somebody changed it, the wiring is different, somebody modified, and for instance, even the program that was supposed to be in the machine has been altered by a maintenance staff. So at the end, he doesn't have the tools to fix this machine, so he goes back to the office and gets a new toolkit, so a waste of time. I think one thing very important is a digital twin only works if data and the reality are the same. And there's a lot of cases that the digital twin do not match each other. That's why data integrity is vital. We're becoming a very, very global and shared world while, for instance, we're making a PLC program. We're using engineers from India, China, Japan, and they're engineering together. But you have to really make sure that you're using the same program and talking the same language and installing that same program on the right machine. Because a lot of times you think that this PLC and parameters should be there, but it's not there. And if you're trying to troubleshoot that machine, it's so difficult because you're not using the correct data and it's different from reality. One more very important thing is setting priorities, because you can't do everything. I mean, making a 3D simulation takes time and effort, and sometimes you even have to change your engineering processes. It's probably one of the later steps when you talk about digital twin. I think the digital twin priorities are visualizing data such like operational status, production output, quality information, error information analytics, because these are what really mean to your production line. So you make sure you get the accurate data of this and make it into digital so you can see outside. After that, step by step, you go into the detail and do more simulation or do more replicating of the actual situation. But it's only a step-to-step process. So it's very important to set your priorities. What are you going to change to digital first? The issue is it's already complex, but it's going to be more complex in the future. I mean, I've just been only talking about the factory floor, but digital is connecting a lot of things. I talked about speed, but now you're going to have to engineer production lines while you're engineering the product in order to improve the time to market. Also, we have to integrate with the supply chain, meaning you have to integrate your production line to the e-commerce sites and also tag it with your delivery chain in order to achieve next day delivery to your clients. But, of course, it's about setting priorities. Okay, what should you digitalize first? For example, this is an assembly line of a product. So it has a part insertion process, soldering, inspection, retrofitting, cleaning, and delivering to the warehouse at the end. First, everybody thinks, okay, yes, I should make 3D simulations of my machines. But if you look at this actual process, actually the circles are processing, transportation are the arrows, inspection, weighting, and storage. You can see that most of the time in a production line, they're moving things or things are waiting. And where they're actually doing processing or inspection is very small. So sometimes it makes sense to not focus just on the machinery itself, but looking at the process as a whole and digitalizing the process so you can see where your real bottlenecks are. Everybody's talking about Industry 4.0, and the ultimate goal of Industry 4.0 is mass customization and made to order. I think one of the ultimate goals of a factory is to make a made to order plant, meaning a customer goes to a website, he orders this product, customized product from the EC, then the order goes directly to your ERP, SCM. They automatically order the parts necessary to assemble that product to their parts suppliers, and they deliver to the factory. While they do that, they're also tagging in with their MES and production schedule, and they're ordering their AGVs to bring the stock and parts that are necessary to produce this product to the production line at the right time when the production starts, and also using the fleet manager to coordinate the AGVs to bring it to the warehouse for next day delivery. So, of course, a lot of things need to be achieved to make this possible, but by going more digital, this scenario is going to become possible. And a lot of manufacturers are also looking if they can achieve this as their ultimate goal. There's a lot to do, but I think everybody has to understand that your digital twin capabilities are going to be tested in the future. I mean, we have so many different issues in the factory, like geopolitical, we have COVID-19, and also more important, we have global competition. So if you don't shape up your game, you're going to lose. I mean, anyways, all countries are going to have to do further automation because there's not enough young people to work on factory floors, and we're going to have to think about environmental influences and issues in the future. So it makes sense to taking your first steps to creating your digital twin and going this direction, because they will be tested in a fast-moving world. Okay, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon. Thank you for watching today. If it was interesting, please press the like button. We have much more on our SNS and YouTube channels, so please subscribe. See you again!